Caleb Marchbank is next, and a guy that probably frustrates a lot of us, not by any fault of his own, and he probably frustrates himself as well, just with his inability to stay healthy. He had a really significant spinal injury last year, which really limited him in that sort of latter part of the season. And we only really saw him for 13 games in 2019, which was a bit of a shame because he'd come off a 2018 where he didn't start that season, but he finished the season pretty well. And obviously 2017 was his first and best season for us. And the one thing I've always loved about Caleb Marchbank is just his aerial ability. Such is the way that he plays the game that he throws himself into positions where he probably can get injured. And how do you coach that? Is it luck? Is it just the way that he plays? We've got to wear the injuries that come with it. Does he have to alter his style? And if in doing so, is that going to take away his strengths? These are questions that I don't know the answer to, and I don't think anyone really knows the answer to them. But for me, first and foremost, I just want to see this guy healthy. You almost want to forget about footy when you see him in a neck brace, and he was in that brace for months, maybe 3-4 months, maybe 5. And so for me, first and foremost, I'm just so happy to see him back on the field running. Even though it's at this stage he's just doing laps out there, he's definitely ramped up the running, and I'm not 100% sure if he's going to be ready for round 1. But again, for me, no rush. We're in a pretty fortunate position in that back line, in that we have quite a lot of depth, and we start having the conversations at this time of year, who's in our back 6, who's in our best 22. And I mean, Marchbank is almost the forgotten man because we know that he's going to miss a big chunk of this preseason, and so we don't know when he's going to feature. But when he's healthy and up and running, I mean, I personally view him right alongside Jacob Wiedering as, the 2 key pillars of this defensive line moving forward in terms of those key position defenders. And so, look, it's hard to put an expectation on what you want to see from Caleb Marchbank this year. I'm getting good vibes from the way that he is training and what I am seeing and how it is ramping up. I guess for him, it's a matter of how's he going to go when the match sim comes back around. Is he going to be throwing his body around again? And I do wonder what the mental toll is on him with all these injuries and what his mental makeup is. And he's a guy who's notably very brave and courageous, so I don't think it's going to be an issue, but there might be some tinkering he needs to do with the way he plays, not just because of injury prevention, but also the makeup of that back 6. We've got a lot of tall guys in there, and we've got a lot of guys who almost have to play. So how he finds himself within his role in that back 6 is going to be very important this year, but I do back him in to do that. I mean, on his day, he's one of those 18 to 20 possession and 10 mark guys. That's sort of him at his best, and they're very valuable players, those intercept defenders. And we're lucky, we've got a few of them. Wiedering can play that intercept role. Jones definitely can play that intercept role. Sam Doherty definitely plays that intercept role. And Caleb Marchbank to an extent as well. So, yeah, it's an interesting one with him. I don't know his role. I don't know how far away he is from being in the full training and doing the full match sim, so it's hard to gauge on this one. But what about you? How do we utilize Caleb Marchbank to the best of his ability and to the best of our team's ability? Let me know in the comments below.